Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you my top 10/14 favorite winter fragrances, the ones that I think are just mind-blowingly awesome. Can't wait to share them with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button, join the Weird and Wonderful family, and let's get into this. So I want to start by just quickly mentioning three that I mentioned already. They're perfect for the winter, but I just talked about them. Caramel Oud, Baroque Satin Oud, and Gentle Gold. All three of these are fantastic. I'll have everything linked down below. I just had a video on it, so go check that out if you like. But these are phenomenal fragrances for winter. First fragrance that I want to talk about, other than the three I just talked about, is Longwear Trésor. This is such a mouth-watering, juicy, fantastic fragrance for winter. It gives me a little bit of a fruity kick, but it's still got like lots of like praline, caramel, some spiciness, some rose. So this scent is the kind that just smells so decadent and mouth-watering. It's pretty sexy, but for cold winter weather, this is a fruity, sweet fragrance that's going to totally cut through that cold. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite sensual and seductive, but to me, it's perfect for winter in the day. Like I basically rock anything whenever I want. But anyway, love this fragrance for the winter. If you want to smell mouth-watering and decadent, a little bit spicy, a little bit saucy, this is awesome. This next fragrance is perfect if you want something that's a little bit more spicy and woody, yet a little bit sweet. And it is called B-Fumo by Carner, Barcelona. First of all, I like saying B-Fumo. I don't know why, but I just love saying it. I don't know if I'm even saying it right, but it sounds good. So anyway, this fragrance, it's kind of categorized as an incense fragrance. It has nutmeg, pink pepper, and bergamot in the opening. I definitely get that nutmeg pepper feel. It smells a little bit cardamom-y. This has freesia and lily of the valley. Those just play a supporting role. It's not like I get a whole lot of floral from this. But there is a slight kind of sweeter, powdery feel to this fragrance. This also has incense, styrax, labdanum, patchouli. So there's definitely a warm, spicy element to this. This one feels really cozy and very grounding. The cool thing about B-Fumo is that it's not overly anything. So it's not overly floral. It's not gourmand. It's just a beautiful balsamic, slightly sweet, woody incense fragrance. Sometimes I find incense can feel cold. The incense in this, to me, feels very warm. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I like the woodiness in it. The woodiness in it actually feels almost a little bit like Gaiac wood. So, you know, by the fireplace, it smells a little bit like that. So you get that kind of smokier wood in this. This is definitely very unisex. So unisex leaning male, I would say, but as far as having a cozy kind of decadent, sophisticated fragrance, this is gorgeous for winter. Now, one of my go-tos forever in the winter is Elie Saab Le Parfum Royale. Now, this is a little bit more of a Middle Eastern take on the floral fragrances by Elie Saab. There's some spiciness in this, but it's rose. And it's quite a clear rose. This has orange in the opening. I definitely get the orange. It's got rose. It's got patchouli, amber, vanilla, and sandalwood. This comes across as a very potent, spicier rose. Very powerful feeling. To me, I always think of some sort of Middle Eastern queen, and she's in her garden and there's kumquats hanging and she has a tiger, because all queens have tigers. Anyway, she's a warrior queen and she smells like this. And basically she walks in and the minions just fall to their knees in adoration because she smells so freaking amazing. So this is a gorgeous fragrance. It's very classy, very rose-centric. So you have to love rose. And this one isn't like a sweet gourmand rose like Longwear Trésor. This is more straight up rose with some orange and a little bit of sandalwood feel. A little bit spicy, not too spicy. This is a great fragrance for wearing during the day. You could maybe wear this in the evening. It's it's got a lot of presence to it. So perfect for colder weather. If you're wrapped up, you're going to definitely smell this. It's a little bit of a jammy feel in there. It just has this real regal feel. The name is perfect for it. I just think it's gorgeous. It's a little bit loud, but I'm living for it. Another fragrance I absolutely love wearing in the winter is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess by Kilian. This fragrance is so just warm and decadent and yummy. There's a real cozy factor in this fragrance, very gourmand to me. This has, I think, matcha tea in here. It's definitely powdery. There's peach, there's ginger, marshmallow, vanilla. So you get that powdery aspect from the marshmallow, but it's mixed with peach. So it'd be like if you had a peach marshmallow mixed with some sort of matcha chai is kind of the feel that I get with this. There's lots of vanilla in here. It feels very cozy. It's a little bit flirty. There's a little bit of a spicy kick with that ginger. Such a gorgeous fragrance. I'm almost done my decant here. I do have the Okcha dupe for this, and it's pretty close, but not quite. But I just think that this is such a great fragrance. Like whenever you want to feel all cozy and warm and sensual, this is a great one. This one doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not like some sort of sophisticated, opulent fragrance. It's just a fun, cozy fragrance that I love wearing. Being I'm mentioning those kind of fragrances, I have to mention Lira by Xerjoff. This is part of the Casmerati line. This smells like a smoky lemon pound cake. There is no lemon. I think it's got orange. There's lavender in this one, but to me it comes across as a lemon pound cake. It's so delicious. It's not near as powdery as Princess, but there is a slight powdery feel to this. It smells like lemon pound cake. Like seriously, love this one. This one again, so cozy, so kind of sensual, but in a cozy way. I don't consider this elegant or anything, but it is a more sophisticated gourmand. There's a bit of complexity to it. I love it. It lasts a long time on my skin, projects beautifully. It smells decadent and delicious. I love that mouth-watering kind of lemon cake feel that I get from this. It feels really like you could sink your teeth into it. Absolutely adore this fragrance. Another one that is perfect to rock in the winter is Cherry Punk by Room 1015. This one, I don't know if you say 1015, if you say 1015, if you say 1015, I'm assuming 1015. I love this fragrance. I love it more than Tom Ford, and it's more affordable. So it's still a pricey fragrance. I've got a coupon code, so you can check that out if you like. But this is such a mouth-watering kind of boozy, darker cherry paired with leather. The leather is a supporting role. It's definitely present, but it's not too much. I prefer the leather as opposed to the wood in Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, and the longevity on this is just absolutely stellar. Plus, look at this freaking bottle. Like, the bottle is so gorgeous. Anyway, love this fragrance. It's so delicious. It smells, again, powerful. It smells quite sexy. It's great in the colder weather. You put this on, you can smell it. It smells kind of cozy because of that boozy cherry, but also really sexy. Fantastic fragrance. Just love it. Now, one that is uber affordable is Golden Rum and Amber by Dossier. Now, I had done several videos where I talked about the Dossier fragrances. This one's not sponsored by Dossier, but I love this fragrance. Like, this was a hard love for me. So Golden Rum and Amber, it has bitter almond, plum, and cade wood. It has rum, clove, and cedarwood in the mid, and ambroxan, vanilla, tolu, balsam, and candied fruits in the base. This is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. So you get a little bit of woods in there. It's a little bit spicy, but the plum in here is phenomenal. It's boozy and plummy goodness. So this reminds me a lot of Plum and Cognac by Scent of Woods. Love that fragrance, but it's uber pricey. The bottle in Scent of Woods is gorgeous. This is their own creation. So this isn't that fragrance inspired, but my goodness, Such a fantastic fragrance and such a great price. I think these are 29 bucks. The longevity on this is phenomenal. I'm in love with it. Like I can't get enough of it. That plum and the woods and the rum is so delicious. So again, this one's a little bit more sensual, a little bit cozy, a little bit woody. It's just beautiful. Love it. If you've tried this one, weigh in. I was so blown away by this. This is as good as many of the niche fragrances that I have smelled over the past little while. And that's why I wanted to include it, because it's like such an affordable fragrance. It's an original and so worth having in your collection. If you love plum and you love rum, you need to get this. Next fragrance, this is super affordable, is Khair Lux. Now, I know I've talked about these a lot, but this, one of my favorite fragrances for winter, for sure. This is very similar to Amber Invite only, but this works better on my skin. Doesn't have the same cherry note, but you get that tobacco, rum, cinnamon, spicy, rosy deliciousness. Like this is so good. What it feels like, kind of that more Middle Eastern spicy rose wood combination. So similar to something like Santal Royal by Guerlain, similar to Blackbird by Untamed Perfumes. It's kind of in that same genre. So not that those are the same, but this one has a little bit of booze, a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of rose, a little bit of cinnamon spiciness. It's warm, it's cozy, it's opulent, it's spicy, and it is perfect for those colder days where you want to smell all delicious but slightly naughty. This is a great one. It's so good. Another fragrance I can't get enough of is Kayali's Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli for the winter. This is the perfect spicy, boozy vanilla. It's not so, like sometimes vanillas I feel are just too cloying. This somehow has the right amount of spice in it to kind of offset the sweetness. So this has rum in it as well. There's creme brulee, brown sugar. It's got patchouli, and the patchouli is there, but it's like a candied patchouli. So it's sugar and kind of a little bit spicy. Love it. And it smells somehow crisp. Like whenever I think of the patchouli in here, I think of patchouli that's been dried, coated in kind of granulated sugar for some reason, and then you go, so that crisp feel, that's kind of what I get from the patchouli in this. But with that rum and the brulee, it just smells creamy, decadent, boozy, so good. And it's sophisticated, but it's perfect for like cold weather. You put this on, you're going to smell so luscious. You're going to smell like warm, like people want to gather around you because around you is where the heat is, man. It's where the heat is. No, seriously, such a good fragrance. Love it. The last fragrance that I want to mention, rather new to my collection, but perfect for the winter, is Soleil de Feu. So this again is a rose-centric fragrance. I tend to really love rose in the wintertime, especially. I love rose anytime, but this is so freaking good. So this one has rose and rhubarb in it. It has cardamom. There's an oolong tea note in here, sandalwood. There's a little bit of leather in here. The leather's way in the background, but what you get is kind of this spicy rose, but then it's offset with this rhubarb that smells quite bright and juicy. So for me, it'd be like you're all bundled up and you're wearing some sort of like wool coat, and you're walking and the snow's crunching, but it's really bright outside. And somehow there's this one rose that stayed open and the sun's shining on it, but it's kind of crystalline with some snow kind of on it, but the sun's capturing it perfectly. So it's kind of reflecting this beautiful pink. That's what this smells like. So you get the spicy, warm groundedness, but then that rhubarb just kind of brightening it all up. It's very sophisticated. It's very different, especially with that rhubarb on the top, but I just love it. Now, I don't know how much this one projects. When I've put it on, I've not had many people comment, but it's not like people get to see me out and about very often. I love this fragrance though. Although it feels kind of grounded and sensual and opulent, like it smells quite elegant. That rhubarb just kind of freshens it up. So even though this is, you know, it's sun in the winter, it honestly could be worn, I think, definitely into the spring. Summer, it may be a little bit much, but I just think this is such a beautiful fragrance. If you like tea fragrances and cardamom, it's just so cool. I just love this fragrance. Not sure how well it projects, but I'm in love with it. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, that is it. Those are my top 10/13-ish fragrances. They're all phenomenal, like stellar. What I love about this list is you've got some fantastic designer ones, some amazing niche fragrances, and some amazing affordable Middle Eastern fragrances. All of them are fantastic. So you're not, oh, this is good for the price point. No, they're all stellar. They're all on the same level of awesomeness. So something for everybody. I love doing that. Like, I love having a mix, because to me, nobody should be excluded due to a price point. So these are fragrances that you can find that are going to make you smell opulent and delicious and sensual and dramatic and whatever you want it to be all winter long. What about you? What are your top 5? Please leave it in the comments. If you've tried any of these, please weigh in. I think that's really important. Like, I really do welcome people going, oh, I don't like that fragrance. Like, I welcome that. It's really good to hear other opinions. So you don't have to agree with me ever. If you don't like it, I love it when you tell me, because fragrance is so subjective. So please leave it in the comments. Other than that, it's a new year, guys. It's a new year. And my hope for each one of you is that this is a year of richness, of blessing and abundance, of great friendships, of growing in relationship and growing as a human being. And that's my hope for myself too. So anyway, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you soon.
It evokes a sense of power and a regality. Is regality a word? Probably not. Fantastic fragrance. Like, I'm wearing it today. I just have to wear it today. Somehow I always manage to choke myself. Oh. Now it's in my mouth. Oh. Why? Why do I do that to myself? Anyway, love it, love it, love it. Why can't I be normal? Why?